Welcome to our never adventures, where we roam and explore. A family of treasure hunters seeking more and more. With magnets we fish for trash and treasures deep below. Metal detecting in the fields where secrets grow. Cleaning up our world, one place at a time. Making a difference, one step at a time. Together we're stronger, a family of might. Protecting our planet with all of our might. We're cleaning up our world, one place at a time. Making a difference.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for joining us. We truly appreciate each and every one of you.
Hi, everybody.
Get back up here to the top so we can go through and, well, I'm attempting to. I don't know
I
why
don't know what the deal is.
it's doing that, but
Mary. Hello, Mary.
hi, Mary. Hello,
Mark.
Mark. Robert and Melissa.
Hi, Robert, Melissa.
T. O'Brien.
Hi, Brian O'Lear.
Mr. Ken.
Ken. Adam. Indiana Unearthed.
And Wendy, or
and
both.
Wendy. Yes. Hi, Pete.
Oh, Pete.
Backbreaking. How are you? Dave.
No, Dave. I think we made it to the bottom.
Made it.
So Risha and I took a week off, and then last week we didn't have an option because
Yeah.
we had a tornado about 2 miles south of us and a tornado about 2 miles north of us. Hi, Johnny. How you doing, brother? It's good to see
Hey,
you.
Johnny. At least one of the people on the panel is not a troublemaker. She's also nice. That's right.
It's good to see you, Johnny. We haven't been on a lot lately.
Yeah, we had a power outage for a couple days, didn't we?
Yeah, it hit Tuesday.
Yeah.
Well, I was at work and she called and they had us in our little safer area, which isn't any safer. It's just a room inside the building that's no different than any of the rest of the building. Yeah, I understand that.
Yep. Sometimes you have to.
Yeah. Hi, Wendy.
Hey, Wendy. Hope you're feeling better. Healing up good.
Yeah, it was crazy. She called, of course, in the little area of the building I work in, we can actually hear when it's thunder and lightning, and we can go look out the door. When they put us in that little room, you can hear nothing. And I told her to go get in the bathtub or something, and she went and got in the closet.
Yes, definitely better days ahead.
Yeah, it'll take a while. Hi, Stephen. To get healed up, but
Yes.
hopefully when it's all said and done,
You'll be 100%. Yes, we're safe.
yeah. We got lucky when I came home from work because we had power outage at work and they sent us home, and there was trees down everywhere.
It
And
was, Brian.
so we decided to go to a town to the north of us to see if we could get something to eat because we had no way of cooking anything. And there was trees all down on the other side of us. So yeah, it just went around us. We heard, or I heard at work, they had the thing
Hey,
on that
Stephen.
the cell had 2 funnels in it. And like I say, one went about 2 miles each side of us around us. So
Yucky. Hi, Bruce.
hi, Bruce. So we were really lucky. They call this Tornado Alley, and I don't know why, but
Hey, Larry and Jill, 5 Mile.
Larry and Jill. But, you know, as a kid growing up, we had storms, never had a tornado. And then in 2003, I think, we had one that come right at the house and it split and went around the house. And it was over half a mile wide
It was a bad one.
and destroyed a lot of stuff. In fact, we had a century tree down the road. Or I think that's what they called it. It was over 200 years old. Wow, thank you, Adam.
Yeah, thank you.
It was over 200 years old, so it stood there
Thank
well
you,
over
Randy.
200 years before the tornado got it. Hello, Alaskan Assassin. Thank you for coming in.
That house we were at over the weekend, she has the, I don't know if they called it, I don't know if Lisa called it a Liberty tree or.
Yeah, it's a Liberty tree.
Okay. Well, that was in her mom's yard where we were detecting that was a Liberty tree.
But that town in
Pretty cool.
2003 got hit hard, but it just so happens it
Hey,
was
Alaskan
to the
Assassin.
south of her mom's house. But that tree is about a mile from us. The 2003 took out, and it had a sign on it. I remember as a kid, I guess they would have put that up in 1976. That sign on it. Oh, thank you,
Alaskan.
We appreciate it. And we appreciate y'all that was watching our video before this. If you haven't watched
That
it,
was fun.
please go check it out. Miss Risha was shaking. She found our oldest coin to date. Maybe.
I got to enjoy it for a little bit, but somebody always has to outdo me no matter what it is. So, but I'm
Thank
still
you,
thrilled.
Brian. Oh yeah. She was shaking. I don't know. She may have been shaking more than I was when I found my seated.
Yeah, I was excited.
We were both shaking on both of them, but that was to find a Canadian large cent.
Thank you, Ken.
Around here where we live.
Yeah.
But something I found over the weekend
It's even more insane.
Yeah, and Wyatt was here.
I'm
But
telling you, you need to send that to Brian. He might
yeah,
know.
Brian, I'll send you a picture after.
Yep.
Finishing
Gotcha.
up the job. Oh, my glasses are dirty. I tried wiping them off. I tried wiping them off.
I can go clean them.
I won't be able to see nothing now. But yeah, we've been lucky this year. I know last year we had an amazing year. And one of the things I said on our first video of 2025 was we hope we had as good or better year than we did in 2024.
It's starting off really well.
It is starting off very well. The permission we got over the weekend, we had got permission for 3 lots from the city. And there's one house, the Risha's went up and knocked on the door twice because we knew there was an elderly lady there. And I thought it'd be better for Risha to go up than me as a guy. Never answered her door. So we went and hit those 3 lots and there was really nothing there. They were mostly concrete, were buildings set before the tornado.
Found lots of clad.
Yeah, Risha found a lot of clad. I did find 2 or 3 pretty cool things there, but nothing that I really was that interested in. As far as the clad, I'm wanting to find more into the relics, and
kept me busy.
Yeah, it kept her busy, out of my hair for a little while. And so we were going to go to the park, and I said, well, let's run up on the hill. And there's an old church there we've been trying to catch somebody to go to. And as we're going by, I thought I seen a car there, and I almost turned. I'm like, no, I'm going up the hill. Actually, there's 2 permissions we've been trying to get up there. Thank you.
Hopefully that's better. You're welcome.
There's actually 2 permissions we've been trying to get up there.
Yes.
And
Hey, what's Pop doing? Hi there.
hi, Pop. Hi,
Dorothy.
Dirt Devil. Hi, Dorothy.
Hey, Mel. Hey, Dirt Devil.
Hi, Mel. So yeah, there was 2 permissions we were trying to get. And the one where she had knocked on the door twice, we're driving by and we're like, she's outside. So we stopped and Risha said, "You going to go ask her?" I said, "No, it's better probably that you walk up opposed to me, just didn't want to scare the poor lady." And
Hi, Angie and Rick.
hi, Angie and Rick. So she gave us permission. And the first day is when I regained punk status. And the second day, we went back the second day, and I found something really cool the second day too. I mean, she found some cool stuff, but we still haven't got permission for the other house we want. But another house she had knocked on the door at. So happens this lady that we got permission, her daughter showed up and she knew her.
Yep.
They knew each other, so
I've
they're
known her for
talking.
years.
Hi,
I
Sterner.
didn't know that was her mom.
I dropped and
Sterner.
forgotten.
Hey, dropped and forgotten.
So that one permission we'd tried to get,
We're all standing out there talking.
yeah, and he's outside.
He was outside burning some trash in his trash barrel, burn barrel. And I was like, let's go ask him. And I said, you want to go with me? And you said no. So I went hopping across the street and I hollered at him before I got in his yard. And I said, hey, can I ask you a question? He's come out there and I asked you. And he said, I don't think you're going to find anything, but I don't care. And he said, I'm burning brush in the front yard right now. And I said, well, it'll probably be next weekend or so. And he said, okay, that's great. So, and he said again, I don't think you're going to find anything.
Yeah, and we've heard that video we just put on, that gentleman, he owns 2 properties. In the one house, in fact, there was a couple young guys there. And we asked them if they owned it. And they said, no, we're here to look at tearing this down. He wants the house tore down. And they gave us his number, and just as I'm putting his number in the phone, he comes walking up, and so he's talking to these young men about the house. And he said, and one boy said, "Oh, by the way, they wouldn't know about detecting here." And he's like, "Yeah, but you ain't gonna find nothing because my friends have detected it 4 times already."
Yeah.
And then they've detected my yard once, and then I said, "Can we do both yards?" He's like, "No, just this one."
Yeah, I wish he would let us do his, but I doubt it after what we found over there.
So my first target was a zinc penny. My second one, I don't remember what year, but it was a silver Rosie. And then she turned around and found
the Barber
dime and the Canadian large cent, the 1859 Canadian large cent. And we found other
exactly
stuff.
Adam, that's right. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, the place I found my seated dime, that guy said, yeah, people detect it all the time, but you're welcome to detect it. And I know that I pulled at least 1, if not 2 Buffalo nickels off of there. Yeah. I pulled 2 V nickels the same day. I pulled a seated dime out of there, probably half a dozen or so Wheaties. And I know Risha pulled some Wheaties, some Buffalo nickels. I can't remember what else. I found that lead soldier and his dog. So, yeah, you just never know. I mean, there's a chance we're not going to find anything at this next permission, but there's a chance we will.
Yeah, it's no funeral home.
Yeah, we aren't just some guy and gal. Yeah, exactly. And we found the funeral home where we found that stuff. I found harmonica reeds. I found that 1880s button, the big button. I mean, we've found a lot of cool stuff there.
That is tied to the table.
Okay, I thought I didn't want you tripping over it.
No, he tied it to that table. So I just left it. I don't know if you guys will be able to see the patina on this, but this is one of my
Yeah.
favorite things. Hi. Silver Assassin.
Hi, Silver Assassin. How you doing, brother?
You can't see it. Let's see.
So,
if I
yeah,
can do this.
the patina on that thing is just incredible.
It's a beautiful green.
And if you could see it actually in person, the detail is just unbelievable on
Yeah.
that coin.
It's crazy. But I just love that color that it showed up.
Brian says, love it. Yeah, and yeah, Brian, after
Thanks.
the live, I'm going
Adam,
to send you
Brian.
a picture of what I found.
And the lady's house where we were detecting, that I know her daughter, she did say that the guys that detected there were there 15 years ago. So,
Yeah. And they'd found a
Dang.
silver ring.
yeah, a silver ring, and I don't know.
But when we
I don't know if she
first
said
got to
anything
this
else.
location that we went this weekend, we thought there's the house, and the lady said it was built in 1900. And
Thanks,
there's
Ken.
a little shed out back and a 2-car garage. So in our mind, that's what she owned.
Mhm.
So we're out there detecting, and Risha's just going everywhere, and I'm gritting back and forth, trying to make sure I covered everything.
Hey, Mark, I try to grid, and I get so bored doing that.
And then she come out, wanted to see what we found. And we didn't know, maybe she wanted something we found, maybe she didn't, but she was just curious what we found. So she had the table there on the back porch, and we poured it out, and she's going through it. And she said, now, I go all the way to the fence down there. I said, no, we had no idea you go all the way to the fence. So there's at least 4, if not 5 lots down through there.
Sounds good. Adam, we will see you guys Friday night.
All right, Adam. And if you're not subscribed to Indiana Unearthed,
Yep.
Adam and Wendy and the boys,
They find some incredible
yeah,
stuff.
they find some really cool stuff.
Yep.
I have
I'm a
trouble
wonder.
gritting, brother. I sure do. But
I just never seem to do that good. I
Yeah.
like to go where it leads me, and I think I do better that way.
the west side of the house, from where you park to the street on the side and the street out front, was maybe 20 yards wide. Maybe. I don't even think it's 20 yards, more like 15. So I thought, if I grid this, I can cover it all pretty quick. And then the front yard, from the sidewalk to the middle of the house over, wasn't very big. So I was gridding all that. Yeah,
Mr. Punk.
I was really shocked what I pulled out of there. But I did the gridding. She was on the backyard and the other side, which was pretty big, the other side of the yard.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, yeah, there was no shack down there. We tore down years ago. And then her daughter came and said, well, there used to be a house here, and there's a lot of trash on part of it. So there's still a lot we haven't hit
There's
there.
A lot of trash.
We can probably go back and do more.
Well, they had a huge area that was their burn area, their trash burning area too.
OG Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Friday night they're going to do their giveaway, their 1,500 sub giveaway. Yes.
Be sure you're there.
But she got that permission. Now the other house we're trying to get a permission is at least half a block, and it's a huge old house. I would say it was probably built 1880, 1890. I don't know. But they said the people that live there are a little bit odd. And if you knock on the door, they won't come to the door. So we're just going to have to actually, it's a hermit. We're going to have to physically catch somebody outside to get permission for it. But the one she got permission for, the lady's daughter was telling us about it. And it's odd to me how many old funeral homes are in this town.
Yeah.
The place she got us permission for is an old funeral home. Across the street from the lady where we got permission was an old funeral
Yeah.
home. Just across the street from it is a funeral home we got permission for. And then they were telling us about another house that was real close that used to be an old funeral home. It's like, how many old funeral homes did they used to have in this town? It's unbelievable.
And the lady's house that we were detecting over the weekend used to be a brothel.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that may be why I found what I found.
yeah.
But we just don't know. But her daughter was telling us they used to have there goes my memory. They used to have some kind of a mining thing in this town.
Yeah,
I don't remember if it was zinc or what it was.
I can't
But
remember. It might have been.
They said that's where all the big shots, all these big fancy houses we're trying to get permission for, that's where they all lived
Yeah,
back then.
they built them in a row, I guess. And
Yeah, Larry, that coin she found it's
thanks.
yeah, if you could actually see it in person, you can't believe. I mean, even with the
Just start detecting, see if they come out.
Yeah. Even with the patina on it, if you can hold it in your hand and look at it, the detail in the coin, it's like it had barely been carried ever. It's not really worn. It's all the detail is there.
Yeah, it's not smooth at all.
All the furniture stores were funeral homes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. But we did ask across the street, talk to the gentleman and the
We're trying
lady.
to remember, Ken.
And
I'm trying to remember what they.
yeah, I can't remember what it was, Ken.
I can't either.
We did talk to them weekend before last, I think it was, or 2 weeks ago. And they said that the lady had just ordered the metal detector and she wanted to detect it. And we said, well, if you see us out and need any help, just let us know. And I don't know if that was their excuse to not let us detect or what, but they've redone that old house and it's just incredible looking house.
I missed it, Silver Assassin, but I will go watch it.
Yeah, we'll go back after the live and watch it. I try to watch your Silver Saturdays, but usually if I get an opportunity Saturday to sleep in a little bit, I do, because through the week I'm up at 4:30 and at work at 5:30. So if I get a chance to lay in bed an extra hour or so on the weekend, I do. At some point, we was hoping this year, but maybe next year. Maybe next.
By the way, Brian,
we can
Tri
make
Valley,
it out there and detect with you guys. Yeah, if you didn't see Tri Valley Brian's premiere he put on earlier tonight, it's hilarious.
what a brat.
It was at
This is the
the
end of his video. He brought me crayons and a coloring book
to the Show Me Pro-Am hunt.
for a joke. What a brat. And put it in his video. Yeah, there you are, you little punk.
That's all right, Mary. We appreciate you being in here. Hi,
Yeah.
Loretta. But yeah, this
Hi,
year
Loretta.
so far, I mean, it started off, we were hitting parks, and I'm like, we've got to get better at knocking on doors. She's doing better at it than I am.
And I'm the shy one. I'm the one that doesn't want to be on camera. I don't want to talk to people I don't know. But I'm desperate enough that I'll go knock on the door.
Yeah. But the permission she just got us, whenever we do the thumbnail, I will try to do the thumbnail. Like I said, it is an old funeral home, and there is an old hearse sitting there.
Yeah. And an old Jeep. I would
Yeah, and a
like to
Jeep
have.
she wants. And it's not a super big yard, but it being an old funeral home. And the lady she knows was telling us that they used to play in that house when she was a kid, and the embalming room is still down in the basement and all that. And like, I don't think I could live in that house.
Yeah, the embalming. I think it'd be cool. I mean,
Yeah, but you're not
and
right.
it's supposed to be haunted too. That's what's cool. I mean, I would assume it would have been anyway, but
Yeah, Larry, that's the thing. We've been putting off some stuff just to go detecting. I know the crappie are biting, and I'm wanting
Yep.
to get back up north and catch some crappie and some catfish and get them in the freezer. But
yes, Mary, I would love to buy it if he would sell it and I had the money.
yeah,
I would drive it.
she's talking. Oh, you're talking about the hearse?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, thank you.
They headed to the creek.
Hi, Creek. But yeah, we've had a good year. I hope it keeps up. I know at some point we're going to go through every house in that town that gives us permission, but the place we were over the weekend, I know there's more stuff there we haven't found.
Wow.
We went back to the one funeral home permission that we had 3 times. Third time we didn't find much, but we had hit it pretty hard. The gentleman across that gave us permission at the house that they're tearing down, she did knock on the door and ask him, and he said no. But he said, I would rather you come back on a weekend.
Yeah.
So there is a possibility of getting to do that one more time.
Yeah.
And
It would make a good detecting wagon. That'd be awesome. Put the iron antlers decals all over it. Wow. I don't have the volume on, so I can't tell what coin that is, Brian, but that's amazing.
I can see it now, driving a hearse in your slogan.
That is cool.
Could be, if it's buried, we'll dig it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome fun.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's right, Mary. And that brings me to another place we detected and
Yeah,
found out some history that was kind of icky feeling that where we had detected before
yeah.
and wouldn't have, knowing what we know now.
Hi, Naomi.
Hey, Naomi.
The lady's daughter took us in their garage, and they had a picture of this town from 1886, I believe. Something like that. So we know where the old churches were. One area we detected some she doesn't like going to because it's trashy, and it is trashy, but we have found some really cool stuff there. What you doing?
I was looking to see if Silver Assassin said anything.
So they really like your piercing. How long have you had it?
The snake bites. I'm not sure.
Probably a couple of years.
Yeah, maybe a year or two. Thank you. They didn't hurt at all. That's what I was shocked about. I figured I'd feel every little second of it, but it was just like a little pinch and then it was over.
Next weekend, we're going to Kansas
Mm-hmm.
to the Topeka hunt. I think we're going to go to spend a day with Brian the day before the hunt, and then follow him up to the Topeka
Sky
hunt.
Valley Brian. We had a lot of Brian.
I have a piercing as well.
Yes, we're a married couple, Naomi.
We got to get together on a time too,
Yeah.
Brian, for next Saturday. Not this Saturday, next
Yes,
Saturday.
Mary. That's when I got all my tattoos and my lip piercings. We actually met in an auction. How funny is that?
I've been working on editing a video from Sunday. I got the one from Saturday, so we've still got some more cool stuff coming up. Like I said before, we're trying to get away from clad, and more into the older coins and relics. And with us getting
more asking.
more permissions at older homes, auction find, we're finding more older stuff, more relics. Found a lot of what is it, so we just don't know. This looks like her grandfather, but they've been married for years.
Oh.
Hi, Workmans. It's the beard, Mary.
Hey, Workmans.
It's the beard. No, we don't sell any of our finds. We keep them all.
Yeah.
I think we tied on the bid, Ken. But no, we don't sell them. Anything old or silver goes in the safety deposit box in the bank.
Yeah. Or gold.
Or gold. Yeah, we don't keep it here. We do our wrap up. Oh, excuse me. We do our wrap up, and then she puts it in, well, not so much the Wheaties anymore, but any old like nickels or quarters, dimes, silvers, rings, silver or gold rings. She'll put in a little bag and she'll write who found it and the month and the year, and sometimes the location.
Yeah, sometimes where it was found.
So whenever it goes into the safety deposit box, if we want to go back through and look at it, then we know, okay, you found this 2024, June of 2024, or whatever. So we know when and where and who found it. The things my dad finds, we mark the same, and he's kind of slowed down some because he keeps going back to the parts. And told him the other day, I said, ask permissions. Well, I don't know who to ask. Well, he goes and eats with people every day that's in their 80s and 90s.
I can't believe as much as he likes to talk that he will ask.
He should have permission for half the houses in the county.
Yeah.
But we're working on getting our courage up better for asking. And I need to do, I know I talked to Shane Ohio River one day, and he has a little box that he puts some of his finds in. And when he goes and talks to the people, he shows them that. But mostly it's not, coins, it's relics he's found.
Yeah.
Advice for the younger generation. Well, if you're talking about relationship advice, everything's give and take.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how young you are, but if you're school age still, high school is not the rest of your life. You're going to be a completely different person when you get out of there. And you're going to realize that there's a lot more important things in life than what somebody thinks of you. What other people think of you is none of your business, and don't let it bother you. That's my best advice.
If you're young, enjoy being young. Don't try to grow up and get old too fast.
Yep.
I know a lot of people, including myself, couldn't wait till I was a certain age. And then when you get that certain age, you're like, this ain't as fun as I thought it was going to be.
No.
And like she said, high school isn't everything. Focus on yourself, your future.
Yep.
I know when I was in high school, I wasn't in the in crowd. And when I got out of school, I realized that there's a lot of people out there that don't recognize the in or out crowd. They're just people that just like having fun and talking, carrying on, and they treat you just like everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know, Mary.
Yeah.
Same.
That's true.
I just thank God that there weren't cell phones with cameras around and Facebook and TikTok when all that stuff was going on.
Oh, yeah. Most of the stuff nowadays they say you can't do. With kids, we did it all. You used to ride in the back glass of the old car or the back of the pickup truck and ride for miles.
And people can say you did this and you did that all they want, but they don't have any proof because they don't have a recording of it on their phone.
Oh, wait, I remember what I did yesterday. It was our 20th wedding anniversary. Well, happy anniversary, Mary.
Yeah, happy anniversary. Wow. We just had our 22nd in April. 22 years with this punk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it does take a short time.
Yeah, when you're a kid, it seems like it's forever till you're grown up. Then once you're grown up, you miss your childhood.
Yeah.
And
I'd give anything to wake up and think, man, what cartoon am I going to watch today? Who's going to be outside when I go out there?
All right, Naomi, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good night.
Just be yourself. People like you for who you are. And if they don't like you for who you are, they're not going to be your friend anyway. So don't worry about them.
Those who matter don't mind, and those who mind don't matter.
Yep,
I've heard that too, and that makes a lot of sense. 29 years. That's awesome.
Awesome. Robert and Melissa. Things I would give to stop.
You strap a chin strap one more time. Yeah.
Yep.
Ain't it easy?
Yeah, I know, son. I always wished that I could play football when I was a kid, but that.
You're welcome, Mary. 43 years
wow,
in June.
Mark.
That's awesome. 26 years for Workman's. Wow, that's great.
You wouldn't want to be a kid again. Too many butt whoopings. Yeah. I got several of those myself. But yeah, I knew TZ. He loved football and he was good at it. You never realize a lot of things. I guess, you don't know when the last time you do something is going to be the last time. There's no guarantees.
That's right, Mary. Can't believe she's put up with him that long. 32 years. That's awesome.
Yeah, well, they say enjoy today because tomorrow's never promised, and that's true.
Mm-hmm. Happily divorced since 2011. Well, I'm happy you're happy, Brian.
Yep. As long as you're happy, we're happy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Risha might need a new coloring book at some point in time, though. That was the funniest thing.
I hope it's full of pictures of tokens that I can color for you.
I don't care. As long as you got to color them.
Number 21 in July. That's
Awesome.
awesome.
We got a neighbor up the road here that's never been married.
Yeah.
He's
Baby Shark. Oh my God.
I think he's 2 years older than me. Baby Shark color book.
Yeah.
But his best friend in school was a girl, and I think that she was the one that he wanted to be with, and she seen him like a brother, and she moved on and got married, and
he was done, I guess.
Yeah, he was pretty much done. I don't think he ever looked for anybody else, and
that's sad.
She still once or twice a month come over and visit with him and stuff. You know, they're still really good friends, but that's all she ever seen, and he seen something that wasn't there. And Brian, we get that, but yeah, we are too. We both been down that road. And,
yep.
Yep, that's what she did, Mary.
Yeah, we're both on our second marriage.
Mm-hmm. And for the most part, we don't ever fight or argue or anything.
I just smack him and tell him who's boss.
That's why I have the beard to hide the bruises. But some people wonder, like on our videos, the way we are, that's just the way we are together.
Forgot this was in here.
That guy's looking a little rough. You should have fed him.
He's been in here since Halloween. I think it's a wand.
Looks like it.
What am I supposed to say? Expelliarmus or whatever.
Something like that.
Harry Potter.
Well, I'll message you after the live or call you or something, Brian. I will send you that picture. But yeah, we need to come up with a time for, I guess it's next Saturday.
I'm on my second, but the only way my men get away from me is to die. Oh, gosh. The beard hides the snake bites. Yep.
Yeah. We still got to meet up.
I know, T. I felt bad at laughing at that, but it was written in a joking way.
We still got to meet up with Larry and Jill sometime and have dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Or figure out a place about halfway between and swing some detectors.
Yeah.
But yeah, we both had rough marriages the first time.
Yep. He's 6 feet under too, but I wasn't sad about it. And no, I didn't do it.
Yeah, we were in. What's it we were at?
Kansas City.
Yeah. Might have been Kansas City at a casino. Mm-hmm. And she come running over there freaking out. I never seen the guy. I guess he was like 6'6" or something.
6'6", about 300 pounds.
She was freaking out. Oh my God.
Very abusive.
There's such and such. I said, well, what's he going to do? I guess he was tough when it come to women, but not so much men. As long as we don't dirty talk for like an hour like last week.
Hey, Ficus and Toast.
Ficus and Toast.
Oh. Sorry to hear that, Mary.
I'm always in a feisty mood. Brian.
He is. Real.
Shane, what's up, brother?
Shane!
I
How's
was
it
just
going?
talking about you a little bit ago. Are you going to show Shane your coin?
Oh,
I
yeah.
think you sent him a picture, though.
I did. Yeah. The picture doesn't show the
Yeah, the picture doesn't do it
color of it
justice.
either, though. It's like, I don't know how to get that to, like, the lighting is bad.
But yeah, the patina and the detail in that thing's just incredible.
Yeah. Earlier it was kind of shining. You see her face.
Yeah, when I found my seated, it was a 1876. I had the oldest coin until she got that one.
Makeups.
But it'll be about 3 weeks,
Thanks, kid.
3 or 4 weeks before you find out if she still holds the record for the oldest one.
Well, obviously they know I do not. Because Mr. One Up guy right here always one ups me. Always.
Not always. The
Yeah,
day
you
you
do.
found that and the Barber dime, I didn't one up you.
It doesn't matter if it's the day of. You always got to go that one more step. I think it's just like the universe. When I have a happy moment, it's like smack. No, you don't get to do that.
No, that's a sweet coin.
Shane, are you still on the beach? Miss Mary will be in Ohio in 8 days. You have a safe trip, Mary, and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Men have to be better. They have to believe they're better. I bet he took one of his Mind Lab tokens and put 1700 something with a black marker. That's exactly what he did. And then he buried it. Yep.
Yeah, I snuck over there before we got permission
Yep.
and buried it.
It says Mind Lab on it. Still, he tried to scrape it off, but it didn't come off. Virginia in a week. Awesome. Sounds fun.
We were
Safe
hoping
travels.
to do more road tripping this year, but
Mhm. Who told you that? They lied to you.
we're going to Kansas next weekend. Then later on, we're going to Wisconsin.
Super excited too. We get to do some actual real beach detecting.
Yeah.
And we're going back to the park.
I know Adam at one point had talked about getting permission.
Yep. I know how that feels, T.
There was like, I think he said 500 acres where there was a Civil War camp in Indiana. And if he can get it worked out, I think he's wanting to have some kind of a little hunt thing there. So we'll try to make that.
Cool.
I was going to be retired by now, but she won't let me.
Bull butter. I've been waiting patiently.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be awesome, Shane. I know at the Show Me Hunt, he was talking to me about it. But with Wendy having her surgery and stuff, I haven't had a chance to talk to him if he's followed up, because I know that's his main concern right now is her healing up.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome too, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
that'd be a lot of fun.
What did he say? He was going to try to get Teresa Kay and Gypsy Jules and some of them there. So what are you doing, weirdo? You have some issues.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I would say being in Arlington would be very prestigious.
Yes. A celebration of life.
Yeah.
Wow. That sounds fun, Brian.
Yeah, we're going to the one in Kansas. That's going to be about a 4-hour drive for us on the way back. One of us will be sleeping all the way back.
Yeah, you married the weirdo. So what does that say about you? Oh, cool. That'd be cool if Alicia could come.
Yeah. We had fun with Alicia. What little time we
Yeah.
got. That was the bad thing about the
She's
show
busy.
me hunt.
Yes. She's busy.
We did get to spend some time with Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get to spend a lot of time with Brian
No.
or anybody else because there's so many people there that you wanted to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
By the time you got to
then the
move
hunt
around,
gets
and then the
out.
hunt, yeah. But it's still funny to me at the second day of the hunt, we're packing our stuff and Alicia pulls up and she's talking to us. And they told us that there was cars parked where there was some stuff seated. And she's like, hey, there's like 3 cars just pulled out. Let's go check that real quick. And we went down there and my first target was a Sterling
Yeah.
silver ring. And I think I found a Wheatie and she found a Merc dime and something else.
Yeah, I don't remember.
And then they come down there. All right, we got to go. I'm like, dang it. We just got down here, got into that good. But I did find a silver ring and she found a silver dime before we left. And I did find a natural Civil War button and a natural 3-ring bullet. Found a lot of buttons and a lot of bullets that they had planted, but those were natural finds. But yeah, that would be a fun deal if Adam can get that going.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
All right, Bird.
I mean, there's a curtain there. How do you not? It's not like it's just the window.
Yeah, it was hard to keep up with everybody, Brian. Even when everybody was together at the park, it was
Yes.
so many people. And if it wasn't for Brian, I would have missed out on winning a metal detector because we were in under the canopy and the roar of people talking. I
Yeah,
was
you
trying to
couldn't hear.
listen, but we couldn't hear them.
And their speaker wasn't very loud.
Yeah.
either.
And then all of a sudden I started hearing people scream beard. And I went out there and sure enough, got lucky and
And
won a
then
detector.
You all were screaming at me.
Yeah.
I got missed out on my scale.
Me and Brian, I was yelling as loud as I could yell to get your attention. And you would have missed out on your prize.
Yeah.
I finally hollered at them. I said, she's under there. You just can't hear. But I did, well, I'm sure we both did, enjoyed getting to see people and visit with
Yeah.
them like Mark and Alicia. And
I was really nervous and there was really no reason to be because
yeah.
I mean with the crowd kind of weirds me out, but being able to focus in on people that I knew and
Yeah.
have talked to on the lives and stuff and watch their videos, it was easier. So
Just finished playing in the test garden.
oh cool.
We thought about making a test garden.
We need to
but
do that. I need that, I think.
Why?
I don't know. I just would like to do it to see what happens.
It's going to ring up like it does whenever you find it naturally.
Yeah, but I think it'd be fun.
So you can write me at work, hey, I just found silver today, even though it's silver that was in the test garden.
Yeah. Yelling at random people. I love them. Yes. Oh my God. That's hilarious. I wish I could have witnessed that because that's funny.
Yeah.
That is funny.
For those of you that didn't hear the story, Risha had her dreads in, and Jill, Larry's wife, 5 Mile, had her dreads in. The second day we're out there hunting, and Brian's hollering, Risha, Risha, I love you. And Jill turned around. She wasn't paying no attention to him, but Jill turned around. He thought it was Risha, and he was hollering at Jill that he loved her. So when he told me, I laughed and then walked over and I said, I'm going to tell him. So I told Larry and Jill, and they thought it was hilarious.
There you go, Mark. Yeah, that was funny.
It was funny. He was red as
I
a
would have
beet,
loved
too.
to have seen his face.
Oh, yeah. He was red as a beet whenever he telling me and whenever Jill was giving him a hard time.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say that, Mark, because we've detected this yard to death.
Oh,
We
yeah.
still find stuff on occasion, but our first
We have
year,
hammered it.
huh?
We've hammered it. We
Yeah.
ought to open those manicures all the way up out here and just see what happens. See what they do.
It won't, Larry. That was funny. And I wish I'd have took a picture of Brian's face because
Yes.
you could have lit a cigarette off his face. It was so red. He embarrassed himself.
Speaking of that, when did you?
I don't know. You're trying to get me to do the squirrel thing and send me a whole nother direction.
No. Really? I can't remember when I quit.
Oh,
Mhm.
smoking?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she quit smoking 3 or 4 months ago, probably now.
Well, I gotta find it. I have it on my calendar somewhere.
I'm really proud of her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's funny when you get Brian off guard because he hi, Miss Can-Do. He's kind of like
Hi,
me.
Miss
He
Can-Do.
likes picking at people a little bit, but when it backfires, it's really funny. All right, Mary. Yeah, we're not going to stay on much longer. We'll be on here almost an hour.
March the 3rd.
March 3rd, she quit smoking.
So 2 months.
2 months.
Yeah. It feels like longer.
Dropped and forgotten, said big accomplishment. Dirt Devil said congrats.
Thank you. Wow, 30 years. That's great. I had quit. See, I started smoking when I was 15. I had quit after we got married. I was probably 30 when I quit. And I quit for like 17 years after we got married. And then
started back.
I started back and smoked for 2 years. Then I quit again. My mom was diagnosed with dementia and moved in with us for 5 months. I started smoking again. And I think I smoked, another 2 years altogether, probably. Year and a half. And I've quit again. So hopefully I can.
I don't remember if you got a
keep it
picture
going.
of that or not with Brian playing with my beard. He was trying to entangle our
I
beards.
might have. I'm not sure. I have to look. That was funny.
Mary said, congratulations, Risha. Now you can quit. Now she can
Smoke
quit.
beard
Smoke
at the
beard.
event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she did the last, well, not the last event. The Brian's event, she smoked me.
Yeah.
She smoked everybody.
Yeah.
At the Show
That
Me
was fun.
event,
There's my little
she
buddy.
smoked me on tokens, but I
Oh,
think I got a little more
she's
silver than
so
she did and a
cute.
few more buttons.
Guys, I don't know if you've ever played with a jumping spider. But I got to play with this one at the Show Me Treasure Hunt. It was adorable. His little fangs are green.
Yeah, we were sitting at the table under the
He
thing,
just
and
kept coming to say hi, and
then she'd be like, "Where's he at?" I say, "He's crawling up my arm."
it was adorable.
And then if I'd go to touch him, then he'd jump back on the table. Then he'd be back on my arm.
Yep, he's on my arm, on my hand. I thought those little green things were his eyes, but they were his little fangs. He was so cute. Let me see if I can find that. Well, it would have been after that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
You may not have took
I
long.
may not have. Might not have been fast enough.
But we get to see Brian next weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go hit that funeral home this weekend one day.
No, I don't want any crayons, Brian. She said, gross. T. He was adorable.
Years ago, I used to have a boat and I bass fished a lot. And me and a buddy was down at the lake, and I looked up on the bank and there was a tarantula. So I went up there and I caught it, and I had it as a pet forever. Then you put your hand in there and it'd crawl up on your arm and crawl all around, as friendly as it could be. And I got to feeling bad for it. So I took it back down the lake and turned it loose where I found it. Yeah, I don't think you took one.
Mm-mm.
I was thinking somebody did, but.
I got that one.
Mm-hmm. So we've been on here a little over an hour. I think we'll call it a night. We do appreciate each and every one of you for being in here.
Yes, thank you guys.
And don't forget, when we get to 25K
I have some giveaways.
and have some giveaways, we're going to give away that detector. And to be eligible for the detector, you have to either be a member or be in. You don't have to be a member. As long as you're in our live streams consistently, your name goes on the sheet. And when we get to 100 names, it's going to be full. I think we got about 40 spots left. Jeep giveaway.
No. No.
But we do appreciate all of you for all the love and support you show.
Gee, they're just puppies. They got little fuzzy paws and everything.
You too, T. We'll be seeing you before long.
Love you guys.
But if it wasn't for you all, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. And look forward to meeting each and every one of you that we
Can't wait
haven't
to see
met.
you either, Mark.
And the ones of you we have met, we can't wait to see you again. Love you too, brother.
Yep.
Have a blessed
Soon, Ken.
rest of your night. We will see you guys